When relocating to Atlanta, I was so excited for this new chapter. I was newly single, in a new city, had a new job, got a new place. At the time, I remember a coworker suggested that I try a website called meetup.com as a way to, get out and socialize a little bit more. So for those of you who aren't aware, meetup.com, it's a great platform. You join other groups that you share similar interests with. So for example, if you love art shows, if you're a foodie, as we used to say back then, there's a group for that. So I joined the Single Ladies Group of Color. So in the beginning, our group was pretty large. We used to do events like, meet early mornings on the weekend for coffee in Midtown, meet at Piedmont Park, and simply just take a walk. Early on, I could tell there was a small core group of us that was starting to break away, and we were forming our own connection. That was Jessica, Maria, Lisa, and myself. So we would text each other a few times a week, started calling all the time, and then we started doing our own little hangouts between each other. I remember one evening, I get a phone call. It was a doctor from Emory. She tells me that Lisa came in on the ambulance, unconscious, and from what she could tell, she had a brain aneurysm. I was in shock hearing that news, but then I was a little confused as to why she was calling me. So the doctor continued. She went through her phone. She noticed that my name, Maria and Jessica, were the last names that she saw from earlier that day, who Lisa spoke to. She figured she'd reach out to us. She wasn't able to locate any family names or emergency contacts listed in her phone. So the doctor made it clear Lisa needed support, she needed it now, and that I was it until click. Okay? As I kind of stood there staring at my phone, I noticed that Jessica was texting me while I was on the call. So I gave her a quick call back. Jessica jumps into the same thing. Hey, a doctor from Emory just called. You hear what's going on with Lisa? I said, wait. Before you go too far, let's conference Maria in to see if she got the same call. Brought Maria on. She went through the same thing. So they were going back and forth, and I'm thinking the whole time, like, this isn't our responsibility. It's not any of our responsibility. I barely know these ladies. Like, we met not even a month prior. So they kept going on and on. Then I kept thinking to myself, well, Lisa's here alone, and no one else is here. And we're all in that same situation. We're single, we're in a new city, and there's no family close. As Maria kept going on, I interjected and I said, well, what are we gonna do? Jessica says, well, I work third shift, so I can go into the hospital, late evening and stay till I have to report in late that night. I said, well, I work second shift, Tuesday through Saturday, so I could come in late morning and leave later in the afternoon. Maria said, well, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm unemployed, but I still get up early, so I could be at Emory first thing in the morning and stay until, Rhonda relieves me. That moment, we all agreed. Emory was so accommodating for us. They offered us parking passes. They gave us lunch vouchers every day. The nurses kept us all in a loop with each shift. The doctors kept us very informed, and we kept that routine going. Lisa was unconscious the first month that she was in there. So we would do things like read to her, tell her what's new with us, put lotion on her hands and her feet. Then when she slowly gained consciousness, we started doing things like helping her walk to the bathroom, walking through the hospital hallway. During that time, we discovered that Lisa and her family were amongst the dislocated residents from New Orleans, and due to Hurricane Katrina. So she had only been in Atlanta only a month prior to even joining the meetup group. The doctor was also able to locate her daughter, who was living in Houston at the time. And her daughter confided in us, stating that her employer was giving her a hard time about coming to retrieve her own mother, even going as far as threatening her if she dares set foot out that door to go to Atlanta. Because of that, Emory ended up keeping Lisa an additional 3 to 4 weeks. But we all still stayed by her side. We also discovered that, her daughter, she was able to come down also and bring the truck, get everything situated. We helped her clean her apartment out, and she brought her mom home, finally. Overall, that stay at Emory for Lisa was a little over 4 months in total. About a month after Lisa went back to Houston, she gave us all a call. She thanked us for, coming to her aid, helping her time of need, and that she was still kind of slowly recovering. I remember being on a phone call with my mom and grandma at the time, and I'm telling them, what's going on with Lisa and that she's at Emory Hospital. And, "Oh, wow," was their only response, which kind of surprised me. They didn't understand why we were even doing this. I mean, they were aware that I only knew these ladies a month before all of this even happened. See, my family, my immediate family, is very small. So my only experience with care was only with us, no one else. That experience showed me that caring goes beyond your blood family, and that it's okay to care for someone, even if they're not a direct relative. We all still need care. Thank you.